Welcome to Livingstone, Zambia, the adventure capital of Africa. Famous for the treasured Victoria Falls, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. There are many amazing things to see and do in the Livingstone area. Learn about the colonial history, experience the ongoing traditional local culture, or take part in any of dozens of adventurous activities. There are also many opportunities to sit back, relax, and enjoy your holiday. The choice is yours. Above the Victoria Falls, the Zambezi River calmly meanders alongside the Mosotunya National Park before dropping 111 meters into the Batoka Gorge. From this point, the Zambezi River is wild. The river has cut through the earth and formed a series of canyons which zigzag downstream for many kilometers. In 1855, the Scottish explorer and missionary Dr. David Livingstone was the first European to gaze upon the wonder of the falls and named them after his reigning monarch, Queen Victoria. Dr. Livingstone famously quoted, "Scenes so lovely must have been gazed upon by angels in their flight." The rapids found deep inside the canyon are steep and extremely violent, providing endless excitement for all adventure seekers. The Zambezi River is renowned for some of the best whitewater rafting on the planet. There is one experience you would definitely not want to miss: a visit to the Victoria Falls. You can see the Victoria Falls from many places, many viewpoints. In doing so, you can get wet or stay dry, you can stay low or stay high. Certainly the best way to see the Victoria Falls is by helicopter with United Air Charters. Now, enjoy your own personal memory of this amazing experience. You will see ahead, flowing southeasterly, the mighty Zambezi River with its majestic Victoria Falls. The colorful building below us with a large swimming pool is the Zambezi Sun Resort, and beside this is the Royal Livingstone Hotel. Both sit majestically on the banks of the Zambezi River and within the Mosotunya National Park. There is a great contrast between the seasons here in Livingstone. During our short rainy season from November to March, the bush comes alive with the bright shades of green. So different than the dry season which lasts for the other 8 months of the year. The following footage helps illustrate this massive change in the season. The Batoka Gorge was formed almost 200 million years ago from volcanic activity, developing a fault line which the Zambezi River now follows. The annual average water flowing over the Victoria Falls is approximately 6,000 cubic meters per second, rising to over 15,000 cubic meters per second during full flood. In the high water season, the mist from the falls can rise up to 4,000 feet and is visible from up to 40 kilometers away. Ahead is the Victoria Falls, 1.7 kilometers wide and averaging 90 meters in height, making this the largest single curtain of water in the world. For comparison's sake, Niagara Falls is 1.2 kilometers wide and 50 meters in height. The Victoria Falls are considered one of the 7 natural wonders of the world and are a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Throughout the year, the falls experience dramatic changes. In low water season, the falls dry up to a few isolated falls, with most of the water being concentrated at the main falls and Devil's Cataract. In high water season, the Victoria Falls explode into their full glory and splendor. Beside the Victoria Falls is the bridge commissioned by Cecil John Rhodes in 1900 and designed by Sir Rolf Freeman, who also designed the Sydney Harbour Bridge. At the time, this was the highest bridge in the world, being 125 meters above the river. Completed in 1905, Rhodes was never able to see the bridge in his lifetime, but it was his wish that the train carriages passing by would feel the spray from the falls on their windows. Coming up in front of us is the small town of Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe. International law states the border is marked at the deepest channel, meaning that 1.2 kilometers of the falls belongs to Zambia and the remaining 500 meters is in Zimbabwe. Below us now is the Devil's Cataract, also known as Leaping Waters, which scientists claim will be the future site of the new Victoria Falls. If you look downriver, you will see the zigzag shape of the Batoka Gorge. All these features used to be previous falls sites. The falls now are currently the 8th in the history of many older falls. Below us is Livingston Island in the center of Victoria Falls. In 1855, David Livingstone was the first European to view the falls and named them after his monarch, Queen Victoria. The local name for the falls is Muswa Tunya, which means the smoke that thunders. Upstream from the Victoria Falls Road Bridge is the boiling pot, where the Zambezi exits from the first gorge. Below, you will find Rapid Number 1, where the whitewater rafting trips begin in low water. In high water, this section of river is too dangerous for commercial rafting. There is a pedestrian bridge that we can now see below us called the Knife Edge Bridge. Situated opposite the Eastern Cataracts, this bridge gives great vantage points of the falls. The Eastern Cataracts is also known as Rainbow Falls. These falls are one of the highest points on the face of the Victoria Falls, and therefore one of the first areas to dry up in the dry season. Leaving the falls now, we travel up towards Long Island, which is in the center of the river. The river here above the falls is Lazy, a slow and meandering oasis. The islands in the dry season are the only lush vegetation for miles around and provide a great chance to see elephants, buffalo, and hippos.
Alright folks, we're going to be landing shortly. I need to ask that you remain seated in the helicopter. The ground crew will open the doors for you, and once they've opened the doors you can exit. I trust that you enjoyed the flight. Enjoy your stay in Livingston.